What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Redline Racing Garage. You ready for this? A lot has changed. What's up, guys? Welcome to Redline Racing Garage. So today we have a car reveal video. I love making these videos. It's super exciting and I always love to share with you guys. So nonetheless, let's get right into it. The new car for the channel, the Integra replacement. Check this out. That's right, guys. We got another AMG in the fleet. I did want to mention, if you guys haven't watched the previous video, I suggest you guys go and watch because I explain in great detail about exactly why I chose to go this path and why this is the new replacement for the Integra. Like I said, you guys should go back and watch the previous video. It explains a lot. So I'm not going to go into detail about why I got this car. We're just going to focus on the car itself and just go through a couple of the things. So as you guys can tell by now, I have two Mercedes and you can basically call me a Mercedes fanboy. Ever since the CLS, it's just something about Mercedes, guys, fell in love with them. And I really like the way they drive and the comfort and the luxury that the Mercedes has to offer. So I pulled the trigger on this 2016 Mercedes C450. I know in the cinematics, you guys saw there was a badge with a C43 on it. No, this is not a C43. This is the previous year before they came out with the C43. So a little bit of a backstory about this car and the differences between a C43 and a 450. The only differences that I know of is this is a 7-speed transmission and the C43 is a 9-speed transmission. There is a different stability control on this one. So I do believe the C43 has a little bit of a better stability control. And this thing doesn't come with the AMG Performance exhaust. which it sounds super quiet. Not a fan of that. So on the C43s, you do have a exhaust button, just like my CLA 45 does. This one doesn't. So with the button, you open up a exhaust valve. It basically deletes the mufflers, and then you just have the exhaust coming out from that valve. This doesn't have it. This is basically a full exhaust with no exhaust button, but I'm going to be changing this out very shortly, and I will mention exactly how I'm going to do that. So again, the differences between these two, you know, they do look the same as opposed to inside and outside. You can't really tell. There are a few minor details where you can actually tell these two apart. Like the first thing is here, the C450 does have just a nice plain AMG badge, and then the C43s, they do have a bi-turbo 4MATIC badge, so that's different. Again, the transmission is different, the exhaust is different, and I think that's basically it from my knowledge. I still have, you know, a little bit of research to do about this car. I'm not exactly fully up to date. I'm kind of researching and still learning as I go, but there isn't a huge power difference. I do believe it is about 25 horsepower less than the C43, which isn't a lot. But like I said, guys, you know, I am planning to do a lot to this car, and it's going to exceed the horsepower and the torque on this car as opposed to the C43. And I'm really happy with it because we do have the AMG wheels, we have the AMG calipers. Basically everything is still the same as the C43. The only thing is the exhaust and the transmission, from what I know of so far. So already I did go and order some catless downpipes for this thing. Like I told you guys, the exhaust sounds so weak, so stock. I hate it. Personally, I hate it. So I did go and order some WiseTech downpipes, catless. The intakes we already have. I do want to put a some blow-off valve spacers, which kind of gives it that swoosh, that turbo swoosh sound. I think that's going to really make the drivability a little bit more exciting. Another thing that I want to do, obviously, when you go and install downpipes, you're going to have a check engine light, so you have to go and remap this thing and tune this thing and kind of, you know, get all the air fuels and everything right. So after we get the downpipes in, I'm going to install them. We're going to go to Eurocharged, and we're gonna get a proper custom tune on this thing. I did go and research a little bit about like flashers and stuff like that, something like Hondata, where you go and you choose a base map and then you flash your ECU, and it kind of already has presets on air fuels and stuff like that. But I do think, especially with these cars, you do need a custom tune. So we're going to go to Eurocharged and get a proper tune on this thing. Now, as for the exhaust, other than the downpipes, I'm going to install the downpipes and see how this thing sounds like before I actually go and get a tune. I might actually delete the resonator or even delete the mufflers. I'm not sure what to expect on how this thing is gonna sound. I also need to go and talk to Eurocharged and, well, the professionals, and ask them exactly what I need to do to the exhaust to make it sound like this, and also what I need to do on this exhaust to actually get the power gains that I'm looking for. So I don't want this thing to sound really raspy. But I want this thing to be nice, deep, and loud, and so that I can hear the turbo spool in the exhaust, like all Mercedes should sound like. So that's the plan, guys. I already have everything in motion. Like I said, I already ordered the downpipes. They're on their way. They should be here very soon. A couple little more tasteful mods that I want to do. So that's basically what I want to do with this car. It is a daily car. I don't want to go overkill on this thing, but I also want this thing to be nice and sporty and sound really good. So catless downpipes it is, maybe a resonator delete. Intakes we have, put some spacers for the blow-off valves just to get some sound. So to all my Mercedes guys, there you go. We have 2 Mercedes on the channel. I hope you guys are excited, and I hope you guys will be tuning in to see what I will do with the C450 and also with the CLA 45. So that'll pretty much do it for today's video. I know it is a little bit of a turn for the channel, but I hope that you guys will enjoy regardless and will be tuning in just like I said. That'll pretty much do it. Peace out, guys.